Hey, I'm Lauren Smith, and you're watching the Permanent Rain Press.
Hi everyone, it's Chloe with the Permanent Rain Press. Today I'm so happy to be joined by Lauren Spencer Smith. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. So you are back in British Columbia, Vancouver Island, ever since contestants were sent home, aside from, of course, rehearsing and performing on the show, what have you been up to?
Yeah, so basically, I've just been using my time. Obviously, for music, our days are pretty much packed with a lot of idol stuff. But other than that, I like that I have time to exercise and work out. I've been going on a lot of hikes and walking my dog. I live in like a really remote area, so no one is around us, and we have like really cool trails in our backyard. So
I know you posted on Instagram, Cameron Lake. The views are absolutely great out there. The weather's been really good as well these past few weeks.
yeah.
Before we talk about Idol, let's talk about Unplugged Volume 1, nominated for a 2020 Juno Award. Unfortunately, festivities were put on hold due to coronavirus, so we'll know the results at some point. But what was your initial reaction to the news when you saw you were nominated?
Yeah, I was actually in Hawaii when I found out that I was nominated. And I was like, I was by myself. So I was like, I read the email that I got from my manager. And I was like, oh my goodness. But no one was around and no one was answering my phone call. And I was like trying to phone my mom. I was trying to phone my friends and be like, oh my goodness, guys, like this just happened. I was very much in shock. Like I didn't really think that was something that would like happen so soon. But it's so cool. And I was so excited because I was like, oh my goodness, like Shawn Mendes will be there, like Justin Bieber will be there. I was so excited.
Well, hopefully it's rescheduled for maybe sometime in the fall, winter. I guess we'll see. But to be nominated as a Canadian artist is such an honor. Brian Adams is in your category. No big deal. And coupled with the fact that you've never taken formal vocal lessons, you've just been a karaoke queen since you were younger. What kind of early tracks or artists did your family have to get used to hearing around the house?
Yeah, so I always listened to Adele. That's kind of like what got me into music. Her very first album. Like I mean, as a kid, we always listened to like The Killers and like Mr. Brightside. Like that was like what I used to listen to as a kid. But when Adele's first album came out, 19, I like listened to that nonstop. And same with 21. That was just like I listened to it all the time when I was like 8. And I started to like try and sing like her and like sound like her, and I would like perform all of her songs like in front of my mirror. So that was kind of like all the music we listened to. And I do remember having like Hannah Montana CDs and like a Hannah Montana karaoke machine, and that was what I listened to was all the Hannah Montana songs.
Classic. Which Hannah Montana song did you sing the most often?
Probably Best of Both Worlds
Yeah.
or Hoedown Throwdown because I ended up singing that in front of my school when I was like 6 or 7.
That must have been a memorable performance for
It
you.
really, yeah. And my teacher actually I sang it with my best friend, but my teacher got my entire class to dance behind me and like do the dance while I
Oh,
was.
no way. Was that the one from the movie?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is there video evidence of this? Is this gonna come out someday?
Probably there probably is a
Yeah.
video somewhere, but
We'll see. We'll keep it, hopefully it's released in the future once your career takes off, maybe. It's already taken off with American Idol, of course. You've said the connection with your fellow contestants was instant. Any look at social media, behind the scenes features, one can see that, especially with the ladies of season 18. So have you all kind of been keeping in touch during this time?
yeah, we all FaceTime and we all talk every single day about our songs, writing music. We do all different things, and even contestants that aren't even in the top 20, I'm still so close with, and I talk to all the time. So, and I didn't really think that going into the competition, I kind of thought everyone was gonna like kind of clash and be like, oh, you're my competition. And like, oh, but like everyone's just like friends. And they're like, oh, what song should I sing? And we're all like, oh, this would suit your voice. And like everyone just kind of like helps each other. So
I love that because it's a competition, but you're all so supportive of one another. You're all kind of chasing similar dreams, similar aspirations. First live show was last Sunday. You performed on your porch, Jessie J's Mama Knows Best. It sounded great. Seeing that on screen for the first time, millions of viewers are seeing at home must have been surreal.
it was super weird to think that what we were performing was actually going to be on TV, because obviously we see the behind the scenes and we have like all our tripods and our ring lights, and like we'd rehearsed it a bunch of times. And we've been practicing that song for the longest time. So like it was almost like it was weird to see it on TV because we had been planning for it for so many weeks, but it was a relief that it all went smoothly for everybody.
Yeah, it did go pretty smoothly. The judges gave such nice comments and critiques to people. We'll find out if you made top 10 this Sunday. Fingers crossed. Canadians cannot yet vote, but I think you've amassed a great following in the US as well. You've been interacting with fans on social media, on Instagram. How special has that engagement part been to you?
Yeah, it's so crazy to think that like just all these people that I don't know are just like right behind me and ready to support me and are so kind. I especially love like the Instagram community because everyone is so positive on there. Like I don't see a lot of negative on Instagram specifically, and everyone is just so kind and so supportive, and I get so many nice messages and it's like it's almost overwhelming how kind everybody is.
And of course, being on the show just one step closer for you, your dream of living in LA full time. I wanted to talk a bit about your original music. I know you were working in June with Harvey Mason Jr. What can you share about that? What's to come?
Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure if when those will be released, if they'll be released, but I do plan to still be working with him, and maintaining a relationship with him. The second Corona's over, I'm going back down to LA to work with different people, so hopefully he will be one of them.
And you kind of gravitate towards the pop and country genres, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you did perform an original on Rock the Relief, one that you said you co-wrote with Kimmy Gabriella, If I Was
Yeah.
Older. What can you share about that song? How did that all come together?
Yeah, we so like obviously the song kind of sounds like it's like about a boy, but we almost like wrote it as in like the boy was like a competition or like a job or like something in the world, and like if you were older you could have it more than someone else who is 21 and they think they're more capable. We kind of wrote it because we feel like being young you have more to prove, to say I am responsible, like I can do everything that everybody else can do. And I feel like a lot of people think that like most 15-year-olds are like incapable of being independent and doing that themselves, and like it's really not the case. But she basically said to me, she was like, oh, I love writing music, but I'm good with the instruments and finding the melody, but I'm not good with lyrics. And I was like, oh my god, I'm the opposite. Like I just can't find like a tune, but I can completely write lyrics. And she was like, okay, so I wrote this little thing on my guitar, but I have no words for it. And then she started playing it, and I was like, we're getting on this. And I think we wrote it from like 11 p.m. at night to like 5 a.m. in the morning. We were
Wow.
just working on it the entire time.
That's a dedication of a songwriter, good collaboration right there. Maybe you could do a duet sometime. I'm sure fans would love
Yeah.
that. So you aim to promote body self-positivity as part of your brand, which I think is so inspiring. What advice do you have for young girls, artists out there who maybe struggle with their confidence and image?
Yeah, I feel like everyone who goes to high school like at some point is like judged or just picked on in like the meanest ways because people are mean. Um, I feel like how I got over it is, I know it's easier said than done, but just not caring what people think, and like even just telling yourself something that you love about yourself every single day, like in the mirror, or just being like, you're pretty, and just knowing that you're beautiful on the inside, either whether you're whatever if your body shape or anything looks like. But I feel like it's so hard for young people to get out of that zone because you're in high school and because you do have to attend every single day with those people you can't really escape from. Like I would recommend, actually talking to people about it. Like if you need to be mad about it, like go vent to like your mom or your friends or even the counselors. I've been to my school counselors a million times and just vented about so many different things, and everyone's there to support you, and like you're not alone, and that every single person goes through this, and it's a temporary thing that you're going to get through.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. Like you said, it's okay to ask for help. It's like there are people out there, even strangers, online. There's a community of support out there. You could also talk about adoption for hours. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
time that we do not have today, but just that love and support system. Where did this passion come from?
Honestly, I think I've always been interested in doing it, but I actually watched the movie, I don't know if you've seen it, called Lion.
Haven't
And
seen that one yet.
it's about like this little boy and he's in India and he gets like lost from his family. And then he ends up like living on the streets for like a bunch of years and blah blah blah. A couple of years later he gets adopted by this family in Australia, but his whole life and this whole movie is based around him trying to find his hometown and find his family. And then like by the end of the movie he finds his family and goes back and sees his mom after like 20 years or something. Um, but I also just feel like a lot of my friends and like me especially, we grew up with divorced parents, and we just kind of learned that like you don't need to be related to somebody to be family, and that like I have people in my life, like my best friend's parents, that are just as much family to me as my own family. um and I just feel like there's so many children out there that aren't loved and don't have a home and a family, and it like breaks my heart, and I want to just adopt them all. So I guess I kind of had inspiration from that movie, but it's always been something that I've wanted to do.
That's something that I think is so beautiful. Like you mentioned, it kind of relates to your own life as well. Well, you are just 16, so it might not happen yet, but hopefully, as you mentioned, move to LA and then, family in the future, music career. There is so much to look forward to. Before I ask you our final question, I just like to thank you again for taking the time to chat. Please continue to spread light and positivity. It's so, so needed right now. Are you ready for the final question?
Scared.
If you could be any ice cream flavor, which would you be and why?
um Hmm. I want to say vanilla, but that is so lame, so I don't want to say vanilla. Rocky Raspberry. It's like this place on the island where you can get it. But it's literally just the best thing ever, and I feel like so many people want that flavor, and you would just feel like really loved because everybody likes that flavor.
That's a great answer. Well, to end things off, thank you, Lauren, once again. We'll be posting all of Lauren's social media links below, so stay tuned on her musical journey, upcoming releases, and catch her on American Idol Sundays on ABC. We will see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.